This is Project Phoenix, my car I picked up at auction because the engine caught on fire. And today is going to be one of the last episodes on repairing, fixing, and or upgrading everything that I want to on this car before I sell it. Today we're going to be on the inside, and let me show you what we've got. You see, unfortunately, I'm not sure what happened to this screen, but it's got that black circle right in the middle. And in order to do anything with my phone, I've got to stream via Bluetooth, which is okay, but I'd much rather have CarPlay in here. And that's where today's sponsor, Nevera, comes into play. They sent me their Euro Active Retrofit screen. There are two versions for my car. There's this larger screen that sticks up and out. I really wanted the OEM Plus look for this car so that everything kind of fit in. So we've got the 10.25 inch screen, and inside it comes with a bunch of tools, your harness, and our new screen. This is going to accomplish everything that I want. One, giving us a nice touch display, no big circle in the middle, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So first thing we got to do is get the old screen out of there. As you'd imagine, we've got to get our wood trim out across here. So we're going to use the little tools that are provided. You just got to be careful in getting under here. Ideally, if you lift from the side with the metal, you're less likely to chip the resin or the wood. And don't try to just pry from the edge so you don't crack it over here. Get as close to your pry point as you can. And then we're gonna have our different connectors, our connector here and here. So we're gonna squeeze this guy while also not damaging the dash on the other side. Ow! And this little black one. 4 T20s will be right on our way. And the goal here is to not lose them in the dash. Wow. That comes out really easy. Got a little push tab right here, and then you can gently pry it up. I have no idea what happened to that screen, but you can totally see the dead spot right there. Now to get to our head unit, we're just gonna have to pop this guy out from the side and the bottom, and we're just gonna set that forward, and we've got 4 more screws. I think this might be one of the easiest radio upgrades that I've done. Before we go too far, let's talk about our harness setup. In our little package here, it comes with a USB cable kit that gives you wired CarPlay and just regular USB. You have your Y harness that bridges over here to the screen, and inside of that, you also have an audio out 3.5mm jack. This is going to be for cars that don't have the Bluetooth interface. And then here you've got an additional camera input or video input if you have like a gaming system or something, I would imagine. Plus powers, grounds, camera power, accessory in and out. We're not going to be using any of those because we're keeping it simple today. We really just want CarPlay and a screen that functions normal. So that means our next step is to get our radio out. So let's see, I'll twist it this way. You can see the harness right here. This big one here is the harness that we need to get disconnected. And then the green lines right there, we need to take those out and move them over into our new connector. We're gonna have to pull the rest of these connectors because they loop right over top of our main harness. So we'll pop each little white tab up. They're color coded, so we don't have to worry about getting them in the wrong spot. Now that we've got our fiber optic out, plug this in. It's gonna be a little interesting to get these all to line up. Our fiber has to go into our new connector here, into the same spot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to unravel my harness a little bit further down inside here so that I get some more room on all these other cables. Now we have quite a bit of extra room on our fiber optic, as well as all these antenna cables. So we'll pull those to the side. We're gonna have to tuck our harness back in here in order to get everything plugged back in right. So I'll try to force it in like that. There we go. It goes right underneath like that. Pink, white, black. Everybody's favorite, blue. There's actually a lot of room back there, more than I anticipated. So here's where our new harness is going to go, right here. It's going to sit right above our vent. Should be just dandy. There. Make sure it goes all the way in. Don't forget your red cable. Bam. Before we lock down our trim, we're gonna test everything, of course. Let's see what we have. We got a screen. Still knows it's a BMW with the funny bling blings. Okay, we've got some doors open. Looks like everything's already set correctly here, so let me go ahead and get paired up and we'll see how it works. As you can see, we have Pandora set up. If you touch the screen, you can go back to here where it says Car Home. That takes you to this screen, which takes you to Original Car Interface. And at first, we didn't have sound playing. That's because we were on aux front. Oh, we got a phone call already. It's working. This is JJ. Let's see what he wants. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, now I can hear him.
I messed up.
Well, the first phone call worked fine. It wasn't a great phone call. John threw a hammer in the back of his Jeep, hit a spray can of black spray paint, and poof, black spray paint everywhere. Well, let's get back to what we were actually doing here. With the wireless Apple CarPlay connecting automatically, having a touchscreen and its super responsiveness, Google Maps, Apple Maps, every other mapping, Waze maps that you could think of, music, Spotify, Apple Music, Pandora, Siri voice control, and the ability to just swipe between the native screens, this thing is definitely something worth taking a look at for your car. The install took less than an hour, and the most specialized tool that I had to use was a T20 Torx. Honestly, anybody could do this at home. You just stuff that cable back there, get everything plugged in, and bam, your car is brought into the modern century. The big problem here is now when I get my next BMW, I know the first mod that I'm gonna have to do, and that's gonna be to put one of these screens in it. With the touchscreen, all the apps, and everything that I wanna use in the car as it is, without having to spend an arm and a leg on a new BMW, this is the way to go. Take a look at the link down below. Use code DFB to get a discount if you pick one up for yourself. So Project Phoenix has come a long way. From a car that caught on fire because some negligent mechanic decided to do things the quick and easy way, or dirty way in this case, to the beautiful Roadrunner that it is now. This thing is a highway baller, super duper cruiser, and I'm really glad I had the opportunity to bring it back to life. It's probably gonna be leaving my stables soon, so like, subscribe, comment, join the channel down below, and let me know, what do you think we should pick up next?